Do you ever feel like you're backpedaling even though you're following the rules? You work long hours, tolerate your boss, you get an annual raise.
You're barely making ends meet,
money.
let alone getting ahead.
And retirement? Forget it. You're living day by day. You want to build financial security and wealth, but it's just
He teaches people to become millionaires. Today, hear his money-making secrets.
It was life-changing and just woke me up.
Went from 48 to 100,000 1 year.
What do the rich teach their children about money that the poor and middle class do not? Robert Kyosaki teaches people to be millionaires. He teaches people to be millionaires. That's how he earned the nickname the millionaire school teacher. And he says that the rich have a very different way of thinking about money that anybody can learn. This is a really important show. If you like money, if you need money, if you'd like to have some money, this is a show for you. Take a look.
I've been rich and I've been poor, and I like rich much better. I found out that the secret to success is not hard work or luck. My message to people is thinking that works for me. You know, why struggle for money when you don't have to? You know, it's that really simple if you have good advice. The problem is money is not taught in school. And so what we do is we oftentimes follow in our parents' footsteps. We may do different jobs, but we oftentimes follow in the same financial patterns. And my rich dad used to say, you know, he says, you can't end poverty by giving somebody money. Giving a poor person money keeps them poor longer.
Yeah.
And that's what breaks my heart, because I want to help people
Change the way they think about money.
That's all it is.
Paul Rogers says he changed from a poor dad to a rich dad and now wakes up every day with a new outlook on life. Here's what Paul's story is. Paul Rogers, a divorced father of two, was making $48,000 a year as a firefighter and living paycheck to paycheck.
By the time I'd paid the house payment, the child support, the car payment, food and utilities, with the two kids, it was really tough.
Last year, Paul discovered Robert Kiyosaki's financial plan.
He stresses three main things. Number one, set up a home-based business. Number two, get control of your taxes. Number three, take that extra income and buy more assets with it.
He followed the steps and set up his own home-based business. It was easier than he thought and only cost him $300. Exactly caused you to go from 48 to 100 in a year.
Well, that's a very good question. I think what it was, number one, I sat down and I actually wrote out what my goals were and what my dreams were, and I had never done that before. And when I actually wrote those on paper, I said to myself, well, how am I going to get there? What do I need to do? And that's what probably a lot of the viewers are going to say, yeah, this all sounds good, but tell me the answer. Well, the answer for me was I set up a home-based business. By doing so, it only cost me $300. I'm generating income from
I sell. I'm a salesman. I go to work every day and I try to sell more and more and more to make more and more money, but that money's still going to my bills, so I'm not getting called by the credit collectors.
One thing that Paul said right there, he starts a home-based business. The tax laws are written against, tax laws are not equal. And if you want, what I'm saying is got to get educated here. So the tax laws are not equal. So if you're an employee and you work harder and harder, the government's going to take 50% no matter what. So by being a business owner, which is Paul did, he has tax advantages that the middle class and poor do not have.
The taxes are the biggest expense in your life as a salesman. The more money you make, the more the government takes. So get control of your taxes first by setting up a home-based business.
Taxes are keeping your pockets empty, and you may not even be conscious of it. In fact, do you know how much you're currently paying in taxes? Most people don't. Taxes are costing you more than your housing and your food, plus transportation and your health care, all combined. Taxes are costing you a fortune. In fact, by far the biggest expense for your household is actually taxes. That's why your pockets may always seem to be empty. The good news is that you can do something about that, though. The biggest of all tax breaks in America belong to those of us who run a home-based business. Why is that? Because the more home-based businesses in America, the more stable our economy. So to encourage the growth of home-based businesses, Congress has approved some huge tax deductions specifically and only for home-based business owners. How much can you save in taxes? Well, for the average employed American taxpayer, home-based business tax deductions alone in most cases can slash your taxes by 30%, 40%, even 50%. Yes, home business tax deductions alone can sometimes slash your total income tax bill in half.
Leading financial expert Robert Kyosaki calls it the business of the 21st century. Billionaire investor Warren Buffett calls it the best investment I've ever made. And Fortune magazine calls it the best kept secret in business. An industry born in the 1940s when a company called California Vitamins discovered that they could reach and help more people when they had more sales representatives selling smaller amounts of products to friends, families, and people they had rapport with. The industry has continued to grow at a staggering rate with a 91% growth rate in the past 10 years alone. Not only did it survive one of the worst financial crises in modern times, it actually thrived. And that's why the industry of direct selling, or network marketing as it's more commonly known, is now considered by business experts to be one of the most viable, proven, thriving, and fastest growing business models in the world. Network marketing has a rich 60-year history, having provided millions of families with additional income and created more 6- and 7-figure income earners and more millionaires than any other industry in the world. World-respected financial expert and best-selling author Robert Kyosaki says this about the network marketing industry. He said, "If I had to do it all over again, I would have started building a network marketing business. The network marketing industry continues to grow faster than franchises or traditional big business." Kiyosaki goes on to say this. He says, network marketing gives people a real opportunity with very low risk and very low financial commitment to build their own income-generating asset and to acquire great wealth. Pilzner goes on to say that we're in the midst of a boom right now in home-based businesses that shows no sign of ever slowing down. Now, in a direct quote from his book, The Next Millionaire, he says this. He says, direct selling provides an unparalleled opportunity for millions of people to take full responsibility for their own economic wellness, create long-term financial stability, and even realize significant wealth. So is network marketing right for you? Well, 82 out of every 100 women in North America who currently earn over $100,000 a year are professional network marketers working from home. These women are using their natural talents to help others succeed, growing their businesses in the pockets of their lives between soccer practice and dance recitals. Best-selling author Stephen Covey of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and Principle-Centered Leadership, he says this. He says, network marketing is an entrepreneurial opportunity where people can use their talents and their passions towards a greater good. So experts agree that network marketing is an entrepreneurial dream where anyone of any gender, cultural background, education level, confidence level, or personality can succeed. So what is it that you need to look for when selecting the right company for the business of the 21st century? Well, Pilzner, he says this, the #1 business opportunity for those who want to create new wealth is educating consumers about products and services that will improve their lives. Here's a fact. Every single day, 10,000 people in North America turn 65. Pilzner predicts the perfect opportunity is represented by 2 emerging industries, the network marketing industry and the wellness anti-aging industry. He calls it the perfect storm.
For 38 years, I have worked with major corporations worldwide, from Asia to America. And around 10 years ago, I was introduced by botanists to Nikan. And when I looked at it, I wasn't really for it because I wasn't pro-network marketing. And he asked me a few questions. He asked me if I understood it, and I said, of course. He said, could you explain it? And I couldn't. And for years, I have taught people in seminars that you don't understand anything until you can explain it to someone else so that they understand it. So it was obvious I was caught in my own trap. I did not understand it. So I started to study it. And then I started to study the products. And I was absolutely fascinated with what I found. Worldwide, this company has attracted some of the most phenomenal people. Doctors, lawyers, accountants. Then they have truck drivers, secretaries, housewives. So you've got a cross-section of people that they come from all over, and yet they're all finding what they're looking for in this company. The company's got the products, they've got the marketing plan, and they've got the compensation plan that enables a person to enjoy time and money freedom. And in the 38 years I've worked with many of Fortune 500 companies, I have to say that I have been more fascinated and more impressed with NECAN from a corporate perspective than any company I've ever worked with. Now, when I say that, I've worked with a lot of good companies, and I couldn't put those companies down, but none of them were as focused on helping the people realize their dreams as NECAN is. And I find that everywhere I go in the company. I really believe if network marketing didn't exist, somebody would have to invent it, because it is without question a system for marketing that enables people to truly live their dreams. And that's a big statement. That's for any person to live their dream. I believe when a person looks at this and they've studied it, something inside them is going to tell them that this is what they want to do. And they should not ask anyone. They shouldn't even look sideways. They should make a decision just like that. Get an application and put their name on it. Because frequently we go and ask people, what do you think? And the person we're asking does not think. But they'll always have an opinion, whether they understand it or not. I really believe that anyone that looks at this and takes the time to understand it, their heart is going to tell them to do it. Well, follow your heart. Make a decision just like that.
I believe that people want to be part of something big, something really very special.
It's really about all of us working together. It's not about power that one has, it's about empowering others.
These products, they work, they deliver, they help every human being.
You have the opportunity to give so much to so many, but you will also be rewarded, and you will have so much in return. And that is the gift of NECAN. We became very excited, essentially, because the products delivered. They gave me back quality of life that I never thought I'd have again. And over the course of the next few months, I realized that everybody that we knew needed the products.
So we decided, okay, now how do we get the products? So the gentleman said, you know, you need to become a distributor. I said, no, I don't want to be a distributor. I want to buy the product. He said, you have a choice. You buy them either wholesale or retail. And of course, wholesale made more sense.
And that's what started our journey in NECAN, just sharing the products, believing that everyone had stress, believing that everyone needed the products, and the attitude was important. I call it the ABC of NECAN, having the attitude, the belief, and the commitment. NECAN is definitely a leader in integrative health, integrative medicine. It's where East meets West. We don't say to people, don't see a doctor or forget, the medical profession. We all have to work together in this. And this is where we've got products that are non-invasive, non-chemical. We just sit on them, sleep on them, drink the water, use the air products, take the nutritionals. These are passive products. I like the idea that you don't have to change your lifestyle to use the NECAN products.